Like, are you a Utah mom right now? Like, what are you slanging a Utah mom? Look at this. Look at this.
Utah mom.
Mother's Day's coming. I'm going to be stealing some of these. Is this for like whiskey and stuff?
I guess so. He sent me a gift package. Hang on, let me find this real quick. Excellent.
You don't even drink though.
Sure I do.
We're gonna. I guess we'll announce it on this video. I'm probably moving ElkShape HQ to, what is that? 1,000 yards away from. Josh.
Oh no, I gotta hit you with an arrow. Here, where's my rangefinder?
Let's range it.
Let me look here. Hang on. Dan.
Yes.
The 500-yard shot on film. We can stand here and shoot at your house.
So I could walk out naked
door.
in the morning.
And I could catch you on film and put it on YouTube.
No one wants to see that.
Oh, no, it's too far.
How far is it?
Your shop is 750 yards.
That's it?
So I could pull out my rifle and kill you.
But the land goes further.
When you're...
No, I'm just the point of the shop. 645 to the fence line.
Cannonball!
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's happening. So I don't know if it's a good thing, but Josh and I might be neighbors.
Yeah, it ain't that far. There's only two pieces of property separate. Oh, actually, one really, because that's all Floyd.
The deer to come from here by you. If you don't shoot them, I get in the...
First of all, almost all the deer are back there. You know what?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Those things?
Those things. Those things are back there. And I'm going to buy farm equipment.
Yes.
And put in plots.
Yes.
So that'll be a plot. That'll be a plot.
We're closing the archery range down. Yeah. We're turning into a food plot. Sorry. So Josh has turned me on to the baker, and I pulled the trigger, and now he's going to break down the differences and the advantages. The first guy I saw using baker was old boy Dan Evans. You heard of him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dan does, and so does Aaron Snyder.
Option archery.
Aaron Snyder does too.
Hi, Dan Evans. I know he watches this channel. So what's the deal?
Okay, so basically to try to make their entire line that's kind of complicated and convoluted real simple.
Break it down for
They make two vices. Okay, there's a whole bunch of different options, but they make two vices. They make the Pro Shop vise and the ball vise. Both of these are on floor stands, which are expensive. Like you can get this bolted to a counter or an extension that comes out of your last chance press.
Oh, okay.
So it's all in one unit if you want. But this also does not naturally come with a micro adjust unit right here. So it's just the ball head. So this was very similar to the Revolution, right?
Like OMP life.
That's like OMP, right? But it's tighter and you can adjust it. So like if you loosen that, you tighten that, and it makes it stiffer.
Okay.
So you can control where this stops at and how much pressure it has on it. And then you can micro up and micro down your angle. However, and that flips up, that's how it bolts onto something, right? The assembly comes off. So, but if you buy just the ball vise, it doesn't come with that. So that's a secondary part. That's a secondary part. And then the floor stand's a secondary part. We sell them in kits on the website in all different options, and they are going to offer this one.
So what's this option?
With the easy press option. This is the floor stand option.
And it
will come with everything that you see. I haven't even put them on the website yet because I just brought them in. They come in a tall box like that. This actually, those break down into two tubes. It sits right next to it. It actually fits in a relatively small space when you're shipping it, which is cool. But this is what I started with, and personally, this is not nearly as nice to work with as this for 95% of what you're going to do.
Let's see it.
This is the Pro Shop model. The Pro Shop model has micro adjust integrated into it as it's built. Okay, so it's already like this. It doesn't have a ball head. It only rotates.
Oh.
Flip your bow around for fun. But you change your angle you want to work on the bow at. So if you're trying to set a level, like trying to get something square on here, is super quick on here. So easiest way to show people the difference. So you go ahead and set that on there. I dropped it and broke a bubble off of it. So you'll rotate it this way till it's square, which is right about there. Tighten that down so it doesn't rotate anymore.
Okay.
And turn it this angle and move your micro adjust till it reads in the bubble.
Oh my God.
It's that fast. Now let's do it over here and you'll see why I like this better. Plus, this has the advantage because you can turn the bow at any angle and lock it in place to work on it. But the only way I typically work on a bow is like this.
Can you flip this over? You're tying a peep in real quick. So is this going to stay like tying a peep in or whatever?
You can adjust how much tension's on here by tightening that screw.
Okay.
So you can make this to where it will not move no matter what you do.
An Allen?
That's an Allen wrench.
Okay.
Right. Simple Allen wrench and a lever. Right. So you set it like that. Tie your peep in. Now let's say you want to get your modules out or work on the bow when it's flat.
Yeah.
One, you can flip the bow either way, 90 degrees.
Oh,
like that.
So
you can still get it flat.
Change out mods.
You can still get it flat while freestanding, which is really cool. So if we try to level in this one, you'll see why I don't like this one as much. It still works really well, And it's rigid and it's tight, and you can adjust the tension on everything. So let's start with it
Ease
loose.
the tension, baby.
Right?
Just easing the tension.
Just easing the tension. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. So you roughly guess about where you're at, right?
Let's see you string level this one.
So you put this on
Not
here.
gonna be as fast.
Here's the hard part, right? So if we're trying to set this angle,
Yeah.
you have to loosen this and move it
That's flashback to OMP.
by your hand. It's just like an OMP. And then you tighten down, and then you
Will
let
it
go of
move?
it, and it moves a little bit.
I do not like
Just
that.
a little bit, right?
Not into that.
Just a little bit. So you kind of got to guess which way it's going to move based off of gravity when you preset it a little bit. Now, when you go to set that, it's the same thing. If you have the micro, you turn it to where the bubble gets level.
So what's the difference in price for this floor kit versus the Pro Shop floor kit?
I think this is about $50-$60 more than that.
Oh, even better news, because
So-
I just saved myself 50 or 60
Yeah,
bucks.
because it's already got
I'm
a
sold.
built-in. It's got a built-in micro adjust. So personally, this is all I'm going to use. And I talked them into making one that goes in the press too, because they didn't offer this in the press
Oh, okay.
originally. Because this is a newer vise.
And
This
show
is
those
like-
guys what you're talking about, like just on this press.
So
here.
there's you pull the plug off here or here, and it slides into it and sits right here on the end. So this vise would be literally sitting like right that. And it just stays on your press. So if you don't want to have a secondary spot, or you don't want to have to bolt it to your counter, or you don't want to have a floor stand that sits somewhere in your room, granted it's nice to be able to move it wherever you want, but if it's your home workshop, you might not be trying to take up as much space as you can. In the Pro Shop down there, what the guys are working on, they're in the side of the press, so it doesn't take up as much space in their workstation. So that will be an option for that here shortly. They're sending me some, and they'll be on my website. I don't even know if they're going to put it on their own website, but you'll be able to get that with an easy press adapter. Slide right in, good to go. You can already get this that way, or you can buy them just as a standard bolt onto your counter. I want to say they're around $250. They're each a little different, but once you start adding the micro to this gets a lot more expensive. I think this one is actually like $20 more than this one when this one doesn't have micro. So this is technically a little more money, but if you add micro to this, the micro is like $80.
I need the floor shop. I need no ball, and I need the micro, and I want it in the floor so I can put it out of the way. It's not a permanent fixture.
I missed one thing. They also do make these with a workstation. So if you can bolt it to a counter, but this plate's still on it, and it's like a foot higher. So this plate's really cool because you can set your stuff on it while you're working on it.
That actually might work.
Yours comes with this.
Okay, good.
But they do make one that you mount to a counter that also takes this plate. And also
What do we
does
know about this Baker guy? He's in Idaho?
that. Yeah, he's in. I think it's
cop?
Idaho Falls. He's a cop.
law enforcement?
He's getting close to retirement, and when he gets close to retirement, this will probably become a bigger deal. But he makes all kinds of stuff for working on your bow, which is really cool, and has for a long time. He makes string building
Have
stuff.
you met him before?
I've never met him.
What part of Idaho is the Baker dude? Comment below.
I think it's Idaho Falls. I'm pretty sure. But
Guaranteed.
I can look it up. But either way, yeah, he makes string making stuff like stretchers, jigs, etc. He makes an adapter for a last chance for their drawboard, or makes his own drawboard for it that supposedly offsets it right, but still goes in the same way. He's just really smart guy. And honestly, he's still on a bit of a small scale. As far as I know, only myself and Lancaster sell these. Or you buy them from him. Like, I don't think any shops have them.
That's cool.
And I don't think any other distributors have them either.
Well, I just bought mine from Josh. Maybe you guys want to do the same. Head over to his website, podiumarcher.com. And then finally, in the spirit of sharing things on this video, do you want to share this little invention and when it's actually going to be live? Put on
you
the
can
spot.
pre-order it on my website right now.
Okay, and then so guys, this is just something that like we talk about on the channel, third axis. We always tell you go out to like a course up here, shoot downhill and make your adjustments. You gotta be shooting good. It can't be windy. You gotta be shooting really good. And then you gotta like make vertical lines on someone's 3D target. It's good. It's an investment that I still want you to do, but there's a hack to get way closer.
Yep.
Josh, show us. So we're taking a break from the Baker nonsense because I wanted to do something while I'm at Josh's archery range. I batched up X10 Parallel Pros, and then obviously I've been running these Easton Axis long range. We have a pretty good gust of wind right now, shooting from the valley up. And so we're gonna be shooting into a crosswind. I wanted to shoot a long distance shot, so we're gonna go 125 yards, check to see the group size and the wind drift kind of thing. But we'll just do this. We're just testing to see kind of wind drift, group size. Is there a difference between the two? And I'm just trying to narrow down which one I want to run this year. So it's definitely kind of narrowed down to these two, but it's early in the year. So let's go. This is awesome. This is a group at 125 with these X10 Parallel Pros. I'm digging them. This is kind of my first real day to shoot with them. Pushing them too with the wind and the distance, and that's a really good group for me personally. Got you guys a slow-mo. Pretty stoked on these arrows. More to come. We're just in the phases of figuring it out. And what we're figuring out is what gives us confidence, and encourage you to do the same.
Final model, this assembly will look a little different, but this is as close as I can show you for now. Mind you, it's on your press. You get it to where you're close to your draw stop. Then you can grab this by hand and physically turn it to where it barely touches, so you can see how close you really are. It's that easy to move. It's no force in my hand to move it. And you can see that that one is touching and that one's touching barely. So for setting your timing, it's super easy. You don't have to hold anything against it or whatnot. It's real simple to use. And then when you want to do your axis, locked in, holds you at a 45-degree angle, put a Gen 2 on a flat spot on here. Almost everything has a flat spot, so you can rotate it to where that bubble reads level, and then just hold it there and rotate your third axis here. This one's already been set, so it's nice and even.
Yeah.
Right?
Check out these bubbles.
Yeah, but they're dead even with each other, and this bow's at full draw. Bubble level at full draw, bubble level at full draw. So that allows you to get your third axis as close as you're going to get without your own hand manipulation in it. It's that simple. Rotate it back down, hit 0. Boop. And the other cool thing that this will allow you to do that no other draw board will is when you get the height set correctly, we just slam this in here, but you can actually move this height. You can press your bow while it's still attached to it. So if your timing's out, right, you need a twist in that cable, set it back down, don't take it out of the draw board, press the bow, put a twist in it, put it back in, open the press back up, pull the draw board back, didn't ever disconnect it, save you a lot of time.
What do you guys think? I told you it was cool. So you guys, I do have that new Last Chance HS3. No.
It's a 3.
It's a 3.
They have the bolt on.
And it's a bolt on. And I was thinking, man, where am I going to put this? And then I just learned, I was today years old when Josh was like, whoa, check out where I'm going to put it.
It goes right in line with this. So every time you pull your bow back, it'll measure your weight. You can stop it at any given point. And the other thing that this will get is this is going to be laser etched for draw length. So every time you draw your bow back in it, it's telling you what your draw length really measures at. Every time. Not arguable, definitive.
Yeah.
So if your bow actually measures a 1/4 inch long, every time you draw it back, you'll see it.
Definitive, straight facts.
Legitimate. Cool.
Yep.